Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Reverse the Verse. It's Friday, November 13th, 2015. I'm your community manager, Jared Huckabee. With me, as always, is the Director of Community Engagement, Online Strategy, and Spaceships, Mr. Ben Lesnick.
I want something that rhymes, like the Master of Disaster, or...
You don't have enough titles?
No, in a different rhyming title.
You
really
want
want
different
to be
rhyming
Master of
titles?
Disaster, though? That basically you are the king of making things go bad?
That is true, but...
We didn't even make it through the introductions.
Yeah.
Subscription Manager, Alexis Lesnick.
Hey.
Editor, Justin Chambers. Videographer, Thomas Hennessy. And we are your community team. Hello. For those of you who are just joining us or haven't watched Reverse the Verse before, Reverse the Verse is the Cloud Imperium Games community team's weekly informal live stream with the fans. We're going to spend some time catching up on our week, and then eventually we'll start taking questions from Twitch chat and the RSI chat on our very own website. So Ben, as always, start us off.
Informal, that means we've eaten tuxedos, right?
What?
Okay. Hey, everybody, we are home.
It's a long day. Long day of travel yesterday.
Yes, we Sunday morning at 8 a.m. It was a very, very early flight.
Yes, we got up at 5 o'clock.
Oh, 5
Or
o'clock,
we left at 5
our
o'clock.
apartment at 5 o'clock. Headed to Austin. Had Bar Citizen on Sunday, which was fantastic. Thank you to Shane for setting that up, and for all the people who came, hours and hours to see us. I always feel very embarrassed about that because I'm not that interesting. But it was so cool to see you all. It's always a pleasure to see our backers. There's so many people there. There were like 80 or 90 citizens at the bar. It was great. They had expensive pizza.
I went around from
chicken
each table
wings.
and took a slice of pizza off at each person's table. So I
ate like $1,300 in pizza then. Here, you want to show these off?
Oh, sure.
We had a citizen who made us these fantastic metal things. Is the custom bent one somewhere?
This is the front, I think. UEE. Yep. There we go. I'm sorry. What'd you ask?
Is the Squadron 42 the Ben one somewhere?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
What does it say?
It just says Ben at Loaf. So he made me a custom one. These are so cool.
I didn't know.
We love them. Thank you.
These are going up in the new office. We already have a place for them.
Normally, you give somebody large metal objects to fly home with. They're not that happy, but these are so cool. We did.
Yes. Although I will say the bag that had the large metal objects got rerouted to Denver. Mm-hmm. UE Bandit Low Fleet.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. So that bag arrived at our office about 10 minutes ago. So luckily I had to wear my backup Dodger jersey today.
Does this one say Huckabee on the back? Or?
No,
Okay.
my primary Dodger jersey was in my luggage.
What's the difference between the two?
I'm so glad you asked. This one is not actually Dodger blue. This is an old royal blue that's very close to Dodger blue, but not quite Dodger blue. Also, it doesn't have the greatest stitching on Dodger. You can see it's cracking. And when it's just older and it's not the authentic Dodger blue like my primary Dodger jersey is.
I am not glad she asked.
For all the times I ask a question and immediately regret asking it, that one's for you.
So we were in Austin, Texas, or rather Bee Cave, Texas, for 4 or 5 days last week. We shot the ATV hosting Monday morning. Lando and Hennessy shot just copious amounts of content that's going to be in future ATVs.
14 segments.
14 segments. There's 40 minutes with Tony Zurovec. There's things about ships and people and stuff that's going on. How we do a build. It's going to be great. We're gonna. Justin now will be editing all that for the rest of his life, and we can get it out to you. So it was a really productive week. We had a lot of fun in Austin too. It was great to be home for me. Had Amy's ice cream again.
Went to the Alamo Draft House?
Yes, we went to the Alamo Draft House. These guys saw it for the first time. Unfortunately, the movie they saw was Spectre, so they may not have the entire experience. But I think it was a good time.
great queso.
Oh,
Yeah,
some great
queso,
queso.
Tony Z and Sean
Leaves
Tracy took us out to lunch last day.
And Jake Ross.
They got to try queso in Austin.
Oh
for
my
the first
goodness.
time.
Well, and the queso on the fries too at the Alamo Draft House. I remember I commented that was really good
Yeah.
cheese sauce on the fries.
They have good cheese cows in Texas.
No, the Austin queso dip by far #1 anywhere I've ever been.
What else was I going to say about Austin? We had a Star Wars night. Actually, Hennessy and Lando both went to see their cousins who lived in the area after work. And then Lando got back to the room, and we were watching Twitter, and there started to be other reviews of the week's Rebels episode, which is about the origin of the B-Wing, which, as giant nerds, we were pretty excited about.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, let's go over to the office, see if we can get it online and watch it. They don't get Disney XD in the hotel. So we went over to the.
Keep talking.
We went over to the office. QA was still there working on finishing up the reports for the day. This was like 9, 10 o'clock at night. We could not find a copy of it online, but I figured out that my father's Verizon Fios password has not changed in 10 years, and I was able to log into his account, and we watched it in the conference room. Hennessy and Justin finished their visits with family and came over and joined us. We just watched Star Wars stuff. We watched a couple of Droid Tales and Episode 3, and we played the X-Wing Miniatures game.
Look who it is!
Oh, hello.
I put on episode
Sandy.
3 and then left.
Yes, thank
And
you
I
for
was
that,
falling
by the way.
asleep on that bed that they have there, like in the background. I was like passed out, so I decided to go home. Or go to the hotel.
Yes, Hennessy puts episode 3 up on the TV and then just walks out while we're
You
playing.
know what? I stuck around for the opening battle sequence.
Hello.
It's Sandy. We haven't seen Sandy since.
I know, I'm going back to Austin next week, and the RSVPs, I know people just went, but the RSVPs are like way less. So obviously, clearly, Jared and Ben and Justin and Tom are more popular.
They wanted to
than
see
Chris.
my hair in person, is all.
Yeah, it's special. It's good. I like it. What's happening? What's happening, folks? What's been happening? We've been talking about the live stream because I would like a printout.
Speaking of live stream, I still got work to do.
I would like a printout to confirm what we're doing on Thursday.
I will print that out for you. We've got that schedule. So.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Good. And everybody else is good? Everybody's joined our Squadron 42 social links? Because they're looking pretty sad.
Chris,
So.
so I'll see you guys later.
All right. Yeah, that's Hennessy.
Oh
Then you
wait,
should
I'm gonna
come
go
to
up
the
there
chairman.
and talk to Chris.
Right.
And get him to sign my Squadron 42 medal thing.
What's happening?
I'm gonna get him to sign my Squadron 42 medal thing.
Everybody just left. I
Yes.
just think the camera people just want to, like,
I-
any excuse to leave,
I'm
and they're
sorry
out.
for everybody
Well,
watching right now.
We were in the middle of doing our weekend review where we tell everybody what we did for the week. You want to tell everybody what you did this week?
I have trouble remembering what day it is. I interviewed...
It's Thursday.
Yep. I interviewed 5 CS managers this morning for the job in Manchester. What else did I do?
We've got an interview after this, I think.
We do. That's for something else, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is happening? We've been closing down the new offices, so we've decided to move probably right after the live stream. It's just kind of, we don't want to move people while people are working on 2.0, because that would be bad. While we're closing down 2.0, we don't want to move people. So we're
One more week.
yeah, one more week. What else is happening? What else did I do? Today's Thursday. What did I do yesterday? Oh, I talked to 3 publicist companies yesterday because we're going to go wider next year. Wider, yes. What else did I do? I talked to Alexis about some, there's always the fun merchandise crises or 2 that we have. And the concierge cards went great.
Yeah, we
Greater than we thought
We sold quite a lot of concierge
of
black cards.
those.
Too many,
And
some say.
Alexis actually got them in person.
Yes.
And they look really good.
They look very good in
They
person.
look really good in person,
Yeah.
so we're happy with those. And I have my sunglasses on because I don't look great because I had to get up really early this morning to take Skype calls because Manchester is 8 hours ahead. What else happened? I was in Austin on Monday,
Yes?
and that was really cool. There is an office there, not closing down.
we
There's
had fun with
lots
you.
of people in the office. It's amazing. And I insulted everybody and fired a few people. And what else did I do? Yeah, just a few obnoxious comments. Ben and I filmed ATV. I got to catch up with David Swafford, John Erskine. I thought I was going to talk to Tony Z for 5 minutes and came out 2 hours later.
Yes, you did.
We were about to shoot the show, and she's like, "I'm going to talk to Tony." And we
Yeah,
set up.
yeah, 5 minutes, and then two hours later. Oh, sorry, guys. And then what happened?
Sean Tracy about something. Maybe,
Oh, yes. Next Great Star Marine is our next. It's kind of like Next Great Starship, so it'll be similar kind of format. We will have Omar, Forrest, Skelton, Sean Tracy, Chris Roberts, and a guest judge for it. The prerequisite will be designing your own helmet. And then the actual competition itself will be for what will it be for then?
A Class 9 Titan suit.
Yes.
So, we know that's one of those bits of the lore that everybody has been excited about seeing in the game. We have some ideas for our own, and we figure kick it to the community. We'll get a whole bunch of cool ones. And TNGS was great for us. We found a bunch of our artists there. Everybody had a good time.
And then Tom needs to come in for 2 minutes to say something. He needs me for 2 minutes.
I need you for 1 minute.
Okay, so, Next Great Star Marine, there's going to be some cool prizes. I am closing down on sponsors to sponsor the show, and the submissions will be due come the end of January. We won't make it New Year's Eve, otherwise I will spend my whole New Year's Eve going through submissions like last time with Starship, and I would like to have 5 minutes of enjoyment of New Year's Eve. So it's going to be end of January, and then we'll run it through about 3 months or so after that. And what else did I do?
By the way, she figured all this out in the course of like 45 minutes in Austin, if you're wondering how quickly Sandy's planning works.
Yeah, I know. I went in, let's have a meeting with Sean, and then we got some other people on Skype, and then proved it with Chris, and I was like, right, we have a plan. I came into Ben and said, we have a show. And I am going to talk to Tom because he is keenly looking at me like he needs to talk to me.
Well, Chris is waiting for me, so I need.
Hi. You see?
This is,
Right. That you can just tell him that I held him up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Alexis.
I
Hey.
didn't finish my week,
Oh, you didn't finish. Oh, wait. Sorry.
but now I forget where I was. Oh no, I just wanted to say the part about how now Tom and I have seen each other's butts. So we're
That was important.
no, so we had a great time. We kind of stuck the landing. I managed to.
Well timed. You just killed Pac-Man.
They lost Lando's luggage. I managed to catch my pants on the chair of the plane as I was deplaning, ripped the seat right out.
I got a very panicked text message from him saying that he ripped his pants on the plane.
And so Hennessy saw my butt, but
Who hasn't?
who hasn't?
They're just closer for it.
Yes. I roomed with him for 4 days, and it wasn't the first time I've roomed with him. We've all seen his butt.
And we had some other exciting stuff too. We did some actual work in Austin. We did Cutlass stuff. You want to talk
Yes.
about that?
I'll talk about it in my segment.
Okay. Well, I wrote some Cutlass stuff.
Yes.
And planned out the live stream, what we're selling, when we're selling it. Which by the way, we need to confirm how much some stuff is so we can announce it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I came back to hairy butt confirmed. Are you serious? What have you guys been talking about?
Hennessy and I saw each other's butts.
Oh, okay. I
Uh,
think that was good that I wasn't there for those last 3 days then.
Ben ripped his pants on the plane yesterday.
What?
He got stuck on a seat, so.
so the trip did not end well.
Oh my god. I've actually done that before. Not on a plane, but yeah.
So yeah, what did you do this week?
Let's go to Alexis.
Oh, Alex, okay.
What'd you do this week, Alexis?
Really? Oh yeah, her. I didn't have a very eventful week. It was very quiet without the rest of the team here, so it was pretty low key. But did a lot of tickets this week.
You missed us.
I did miss you guys, yeah. no, it gave me the chance to really just work on CS tickets most of the time.
You went and entered the Star Wars lottery for me.
I did. I went and picked up some Star Wars merchandise for my husband, so I've done my duty for the month.
Well, we have a couple of those droids running around the house.
Yeah.
You know,
The little BB-8.
yeah.
Sorry, my dad is just getting out of surgery right now. So
This is a very awkward episode of the show, I gotta say.
he's good.
I know,
He's fine.
right?
I'm finding out that he's
This
fine.
is probably our most awkward start to a show.
So my dad is good.
It is it's just one of those, when the office is in flux, it just kind of.
Yes.
Plus, we got in late last night.
Yeah.
Our brains we're in Austin brain right now.
Several people have asked about your necklace, Sandy, and you explained it on one ATV a long time ago, but
I know.
most people don't know what the.
It is a computer chip.
Yeah.
And it conveys positive things to me. It depends if you believe in that kind of stuff, but there is the transmitter.
Sandy's a robot,
I am. I'm not
and
real.
that's the weak spot. If you were fighting her in a
Yeah.
boss battle, that's where
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
shoot her.
Yeah.
And when she gets mad, it glows.
Exactly.
No, the week in Austin was great. First off, I learned that the Austin office is not actually in Austin. It's in a small offshoot called Bee Cave. And Bee Cave isn't quite a real place.
Oh, yes.
Bee Cave, Ben and I spent the entire time going through Bee
Ooh,
Cave.
yeah.
It seems
Where's
like
mine?
it seems like a stand-up town in an old on a movie set.
Ooh.
Or that was
I
like
got
the
an
first thing,
excited.
and then we, as we lived in it longer, we came up with alternate theories that seemed to match more. We're pretty sure it might be Farpoint Station.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Bee Cave. For forever, there's been no hotel there. So when you go to Austin to be a CIG, you have to be in half an hour away. Last month, a new fairly fancy, nice hotel.
That's nice.
Just kind of appeared there.
And cheap.
Cheap, but it doesn't seem quite normal. Like it's kind of like aliens scanned someone's brain and figured out what they thought a hotel would be, so they built a zoo for humans. The elevators, each bank of elevator had each individual elevator had a different button, and they.
Yeah, you had to press them all, so it was like a
Yes,
lottery.
it's a bank of elevators that
Oh,
have
yeah,
three
what
separate
was
calls.
that?
Yeah, it's like you had to press each and every one of them. To
But
see
then
which one would
in the
work.
last 2 days, 2 of them got linked.
Yeah.
Not 3,
Wait,
2 of them. Yeah.
that is right. 2 of them got linked, but then the last day it went off or something,
Yes.
and then it was back to
Back to all 3.
But the showers were amazing.
Showers were great. The
I
beds
actually
were
was
great.
impressed with
The
those.
showers were life.
Yeah, but it's the whole town seemed like an alien zoo
slightly off.
designed to keep humans happy and placated while they
And whenever we'd say
Observed
something,
us.
whatever we were talking about would sort of appear. Oh, I wish there was ice cream. Oh, there's an ice cream store. So it reminded us of Farpoint Station from the first Next
and there were so few people and so few cars, and you saw them replicated other places. If it wasn't an alien zoo, it's Truman Show, with the same cast of 40 people moving from place to place, trying to look like different people.
I did feel like we were the first people there, though.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
no,
anybody's
I'm gonna
actually
get
been
up.
in
I
BK
just
before
wanted to
us.
show off my Chris Roberts signed Squadron 42. I got the big man up there to sign it.
Where's mine, by the way? Did anybody bring mine back?
Yeah,
You brought all of them.
Okay, cool.
No, those 2 are the ones that are going in the office.
Oh, okay.
There's more
Okay,
around the
cool.
corner. So yeah, Bee Cave. It's a place.
It is a place.
It's a place.
If anyone has ever played the Ultimate games, Richard Garriott's various adventures, he puts actual Bee Cave in them because of Bee Cave, Texas. But in Ultimate, it has giant bees you fight to get their giant honey.
Yeah, there were no giant bees, no giant honey.
How do you know how many people are on the chat, by the way?
We have 1,289 people watching right now.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So, other than that, we got some great segments. You saw the Constellation segment. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, we got stuff on the process of creating concept art, the process of lighting our levels. We got a nice 40-minute looking ahead segment with Tony Z that we'll probably have to break into 2 segments because it's so long. We got one-on-one interviews with a bunch of folks that haven't had the spotlight before. Basically, we're going to keep Austin in the hearts and minds of our community throughout the rest of the year. So lots of Austin on ATV coming up. And we played Star Wars Miniatures, and Ben won.
Ben always
Ben
wins
won.
every game that he
Oh,
plays.
he did end up
Yeah,
winning?
yes, he ended up winning.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, after everybody was sure I had it in the bag. It's
I
like,
think
no.
Ben's very secretly competitive.
Oh,
Are you,
no.
Ben?
And he used the best strategy I've ever seen before. Let's do what I saw on TV. We watched Rebels, and they're like, hey, look, there's a squad of 3 A-Wings and a B-Wing. So Ben goes, well, do 3 A-Wings and a B-Wing. And I'm like, really? You're basing it off the TV show we just watched 5 minutes ago? Yep. And it worked. I should also say it was the first time Ben had played.
It was also the first time I saw those shows.
So I lost to him in his first game with a strategy he pulled off of the television.
Well, we can try it in the new office.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because I will have my revenge.
Revenge.
No, it's just the same thing that happens to me when I play games with Ben is going to happen to you. And you should just stop now before it...
Well, at least it's not
Eats
like
away at you.
at least it's not like Chris. If you're his partner, he'll kick everybody off the team.
I would like to see Chris play Risk.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
I didn't say I didn't want to play.
I refuse to play with, and that and poker.
Yeah.
Allie got very, very
Yeah,
angry every time we played Risk.
It was probably the most mad
Yeah,
I've ever been
Risk is
playing
not a game for Risk is
Yeah,
not a
same
game
with
for
Ryan.
preserving
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not good. For
we actually didn't finish the game.
not good for your relationship.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
that's
truly
I
not.
agree. Totally agreed.
And also, yes.
Yeah.
Also, Toast is here.
Hi, Toast.
Hello. You want to come over here?
And
Toast?
finally, on our way back,
Hi.
before my luggage got routed to Denver, we were in the security checkpoint line, and Ben's taking off his shoes, and he's right behind me, and right behind Ben is another person who has the same shoes. And to Ben, this was a discovery not unlike, you know.
It's a shoe twin. How often do you meet your shoe twin?
Ben looks like Madame Curie, just discovering stuff, and the look on this guy's face. I'd never seen the look that's on my face all the time on another person. And I saw that look on another person. I'm like, hey, I'm not the only one. He just completely no-sold Ben. He was just like, okay, okay. So
I
that
am
was
going
fun.
to work out the parking for people. That is where I'm going to go right now.
Nice.
All right, well, good luck with that.
Give us a good spot, please.
Good luck
What's
with
that,
that.
what?
Give us a good spot.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Bribes being taken right now.
I'm driving 4 people.
Well, I get in at 7:45. Does that mean anything? Wait, how are we gonna get into the? Wait, how are we gonna get into the new building? Are we gonna have like? Are we gonna have like card passes again?
Let's
or,
not
like-
figure this out on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, true.
Yeah, we will let everybody know our security.
Our security system.
There's like a rubber frog outside the office, and underneath that is the key.
The key to
If
all.
you're just tuning in, Reverse the Verse is the Cloud Imperium Games community team's weekly informal live stream with the fans.
You want information? We got it.
Okay.
There's one more thing you were forgetting from Texas. You met your the new love of your life.
Oh, you did?
You
What?
did?
That's
the
news.
Whataburger.
Oh, what a burger!
Oh,
No, it's just
What
that's
a burger! What a burger! It's like the burger's like this big, and like this much of it is meat. It's so good. And what a burger!
How many times did you guys go?
Only 3, but twice in the same evening.
How can you go twice in the same evening?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Sandy. We got dinner at 6:30, and then went back to the hotel and ate the dinner. And as we were finishing, we were like, Ben's like, "Wow, I should have gotten 2," and I was like, "Yes, we should have gotten 2." And so then I met with my cousins for the first time for a couple of years for a little while. Came back to the hotel, then we went and played X-Wing for a bit. Came back to the hotel, then we're like, "What time is it?" It's 1:00 in the morning. Whataburger's still open.
Oh my
And
God.
without saying a word, Ben and I went back to the car and we went back to Whataburger and we got another hamburger. I was like this thick with this much meat. It was
I
so
should've
It's a
good.
stayed in your
Whataburger
guys'
twice in one night,
room.
husband.
I did. I texted you.
But technically it was after midnight, so it would have been the next morning.
I didn't know you guys stayed up so late. I thought
Right.
you guys were like
Yeah, that game took a
early
while.
birds.
No.
That's one in your little black book, Ben.
Yeah, staying up late and getting 2
Well,
hamburgers.
I was in a room with Tom, who goes to bed like his turn down service starts at like 7, and then he like finally goes to sleep at like midnight after like a ritual that like you would not believe.
I roomed with him in Germany. I believe it.
I'm like, wow, this is like intense. Like, you
He's
have
so funny. He was looking at us at the bar citizen party. I think it was maybe 10 o'clock or whatever, and he came up to me and goes, I think I need my sleep. Like this, I'm like, dude, it's only 10 o'clock. Chill out.
Yes, and we're still on West Coast time, so it's really only 8 o'clock.
Right? But he has like a 3-hour ritual. Like, it's so crazy.
Wow.
He's a creature of habit, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also hear that he puts his alarm on and then just leaves it running.
Oh,
Yes.
not like 18 times. I
I
kid you
do.
not.
I'm the same way.
I thought like I was like, is this for real? This
Yeah.
isn't real life right now. Like,
I abuse the snooze button on my
no,
phone.
he doesn't.
No, he
even
doesn't
wake
He
snooze.
up.
just lets it
He
run.
lets it run.
Oh, that's
and like,
horrible.
And like, I'm like, is he gonna turn it off? Is he not? And then I'm like, Tom. And then me saying Tom makes him think like a bomb went off, and he's like jumping out of bed like crazy. I'm like, the alarm has been going off for 5 minutes.
So also, before I leave, can somebody give me the printout before I go to the new offices of the live stream?
Oh, yes, I will forward the email to Allie, who has the printer. She can print it out, and we'll give it to you.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I don't mind how I get
All right,
it.
I gotta work on my stuff for the
Bye, guys.
live stream as well. I'll come back at the end of the show.
Let's take some Star Citizen questions.
Please.
All right, guys. This is the point in the show where we take questions from the chat. Please preface your question with the word question in capital letters surrounded by brackets. That helps us pick it out from all the other rabble that's going on inside chat. So, question. Is the commute to the new office better or worse for you all? Well, technically it would be worse, but not by much. I mean, it's not only worse because it's not technically better. We live 7 blocks from this office. So, I mean, we could walk to the work if we wanted to, and doing so, we'd walk towards the beach. It's a lovely, pleasant walk that we never choose to do because we have
I walked
cars.
this week.
You did walk this week?
I did.
Well, good job on you. But this new office is not a walkable. But it's in the other direction and through, and it's just not as easy to walk it. So we'll have to drive. So in that regard, the commute is worse, but it's not like much worse. It's all of like a 10 minutes more on the drive. So pretty close.
I sent you that email. Would you print it out for Sandy?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go do that.
By the way, Wing Commander, the entire PC Wing Commander series is on sale on GOG today.
I bought it this morning.
$9.52. You get 10 games, 6 add-ons. That is the deal of a century. If you have not played Wing Commander, or if you don't have ready access to Wing Commander, get Wing Commander. Wing Commander's great. We do not make any.
No, we make
We
nothing.
make nothing off of it. Chris does not have rights to the games like that, but it is just a fantastic gaming experience. They also have Chris's Strike Commander on there, which is also worth whatever they're charging for it. Probably $6.
Tell us about the sneak peek.
The sneak peek this week, that rhymes, was the new concept art for the Freelancer interiors being developed by the folks at Foundry 42 right now. Yeah, those were completed about 2 weeks ago, and we've been begging to let them out since then. As part of they're doing the update passes in the ships, the final update passes in the ships, making them functional for multi-crew. Freelancers next in the bucket. That's not an expression. They looked at the interior and they said what a lot of you say. We can do this better, and so they are. You notice there's a special focus on the escape pod mechanics. They're developing the pods for each ship. Kind of taking into account the stuff we didn't think about 3 years ago when we kicked off these ships. Before we had an engine test bed to put them in, see how they acted. And you're going to hear a lot more about this with the Cutlass post. We designed a lot of the ships to look very, very cool with kind of basic gameplay ideas. And as we have developed the overall GDD, we say, oh, wait a minute, every ship needs to be able to eject, and you need to be able to get to this piece of cargo, and you need to be able to reach an engine panel, and so on. So that's part of the pass they're getting right now. You saw the Constellation on the show, and now it's the Freelancer's turn, and that has concept paintovers by the guys at Foundry for what they're planning to do to the base Freelancer.
Yes, and the rework started with behavior. Right,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, yeah. So, yep, we like behavior. They do good work.
Yeah, I love seeing their name on other games too. It seems to show up constantly. Like, oh, the mobile game of Pacific Rim, a behavior project. So one of those unsung thoroughbred.
Yes.
Oh, and before we forget, by the way, thank you so much to the team in Austin. All the guys out there were, it felt like home, even though almost nobody I knew when I was there is there still. Everybody was so kind to us. It was great to see everybody. We hope it's not, it's been a year since I was in Austin last. I hope it's not a year again. Special shout out to Nunetta, who keeps that team happy, fed and happy, and organizes, she's the office manager. She took care of all of our details and got us our car and brought us breakfast tacos one morning. It was fantastic. Everybody was so kind.
Yeah, and it was great getting to meet everybody that I'd never met before. That you correspond with them on email, but you see them in Skype windows, but you don't actually know them. So it's great to make that connection and be able to look them in the eyes like, I'm sorry I ask so much of you every single week, but I'm a nice guy. Thank you for doing it. Kind of like that. So it's a
hair is gone.
Oh, this is an exceptional hair episode. Look at this episode. This is an exceptional hair
It's
episode.
that California air. It's giving this fluffy hair.
Yes, the Cutlass post is coming later today.
Oh, well, don't promise that.
No, the Cutlass post might become.
We have to get it to Chris to look at first, and he may say, "Wait a minute, this isn't right. Redo this." So we would. It's very close. We can't promise it today.
I should send that to Kristen.
Absolutely, you should.
Okay. Our weekly CCU download. It's been approved. We're developing it now.
Yes. Turbulent budgets, their time, depending on project, blah, 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 blah. It has been approved. They have gone into an engineering process for it. We have internal estimates. We're not going to give them out because that's always a bad idea, as we've learned many times. But it is in active development now.
Can you clarify your earlier statements about 2.0 development, postponing the move? We're not postponing the anniversary stream.
No, stream will be the same. We'll just do it here from this office. Basically, they just want so part of the move involves, shutting down our fiber and all of our server-side stuff. And, you move the static IP to the new location. It's a multi-day IT process. And they did not want to do that until 2.0 ships, I suppose. I had not heard that was the reason for it before this. It just means they have folks upstairs. They want to be in their computers for the next couple days.
No additional information about the next Great Star Marine, guys. We're still working out details like prizes and stuff.
I have some details, but if you tell me what the questions, I can.
What are the prizes for the next Great Star Marine?
Oh, we don't know yet. The other thing, other thing I did in Austin was David Ladyman and Ryan Archer were kind enough to take me out to dinner the first night. They have a project they've been working on, a board game. It's not Star Citizen related, but they wanted me to help test it, give them some advice, and it was so much fun. I imagine everybody will hear more about it later on, but I just had a great time with it. It was very cool to play the prototype game from a guy I've idolized since I was a kid, David Ladyman, the Origin Publications guy. But it's this very cool. It has this very nice gentle humor to it. It's kind of like it's one of those easy to pick up, hard to master Catan style games. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from it.
Where can I get the Wing Commander collection again?
GOG.com. It's one of their master packs today. There's also an Ultima collection, which has a bucket load of Ultimas, which I would never turn down.
How is the Xi'an Scout coming along? Josh Kuntz is working on it.
Yes, Josh Kuntz.
You can see it in the background, behind Chris and I when we were talking. He's working on it. It looks great. It's coming along. I can't tell you anything more than that because I don't know any more than that. Have any of you tried AC 2.0? If you have, do you like it, and what do you like the most? Yes, we got to participate in a couple play tests while we were there in Austin. It's a lot of fun. The mission system is cool. I mean, it's not quite the mission system you're going to see in the Precision Universe. It's a test, it's an iterative thing, but it's a lot of fun discovering the missions because there's not just like, oh, let's say go here. You have to kind of explore and find them out. And I won't tell you what they entail, but they're pretty cool. And I just love the scale of it. You don't appreciate the scale until you get in there and you play it. The videos, the CitizenCon stuff, the games, it doesn't convey it until you get in there, and you try to fly without a Super Cruise and Quantum. That's what I'm like. Try to fly without Quantum. It's just so big. But it's a lot of fun. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it.
Of course, Quantum. He's granted for this for no reason.
No Spectre references. Are we ready to say what ships will be on sale during the anniversary?
No.
Okay.
But this is a reminder that the 20% off physical merchandise sale will be happening next week, starting on the 19th.
Yes.
During the live stream, and that will go for 48 hours. So if you were wanting to pick up a t-shirt or a track jacket, that will be a good time to do it.
Is it likely that the P-72 will fit where the P-52 does?
Yes, they're designed to be interchangeable.
Yes. So the idea is, regardless of what Connie you have, you can choose. You'll be able to choose at some point. You can swap your Merlin out for an Archimedes. You can swap your Archimedes out for a Merlin if one better suits your play style or your particular mission that day than the other.
Absolutely.
Another popular one: when will the ship status thread be updated? As soon as the new ship pipeline has been finalized. Like we're just waiting on that word, and then we'll update it with all the new statuses.
Yes, our new ship producer, whatever we call him, ship dude is Mark Hong. He is making the move from Austin to Santa Monica to be the man behind that process, and we'll get you to know him more in the coming weeks.
Can you show us the Concierge Black Card?
I can, but it's going to look the same as it does in the pictures. It doesn't. This isn't the version with the final black ink on it. It's the gray ink, but I can go grab it and kind of show it off. The etching on the background looks really nice.
People ask me about my thoughts on Skyfall. This isn't the place for that. That's for Twitter. Is the Freelancer Max being designed in tandem with the base? No, we generally work on the prime
base first, yeah.
The prime base version, and then we go to the variants after that.
By the way, last week I saw after the episode that Alyssa had been in chat trying to say hi. We did not see her.
Oh yes.
If she's here, can let me know.
Yes, Alyssa, if you're out there this week, hello.
Yes.
We saw her in chat last week, and we thought it was like an impersonator.
Toss that up.
We actually had the conversation. We're like, oh, we thought that was an impersonator. Then we went and we looked at it later. I'm like, oh, that was actually Alyssa.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
I can't read the chat, so.
So the final version will be, the screen printed portions will be in black. So the only thing changing will be the gray ink will be black. But they look very nice.
Excuse me, I'd like to get into this pop-up party.
Hey, Ben. Will Disco and you do another Wing Commander playthrough live stream in the near future?
Yas! As our HR manager says. HR director, by the way, congratulations, Francesco, on your promotion. I'm all over the place today.
You are.
December 5th, which is a Saturday, or it's either December 5th or the Saturday following. Let me make sure.
I'm finding out the date the same time you guys are, guys.
We said at the end of the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
December 5th? Yes, so it was released December 4th. That's the original Secret Missions. We will be playing it December 5th, much like we did last time. Everybody start practicing because Secret Missions is very, very hard. Back in the 1990s when you did a mission disc for a game, it was, when I download a Fallout mission pack, it's essentially just more Fallout. It's here's another chunk of Fallout, here's another chunk of Fallout. By the way, Fallout. I'm so excited to play. We missed it because we've been traveling. So my Fallout is at home waiting for me. I am all over the place. So back in the day, a mission disc wasn't just more of the game. It was, here's an exceedingly, exceedingly hard challenge. And in fact, one of the things that Wing Commander Chris Roberts did was they did both more of the same, more of the game. Here's more of the story, here's more of what brought you into the game, and a really hard challenge. Before that, you get a mission pack that was like, here's the same enemies, but they're 50 times harder. So the Secret Missions is, well, December 5th, we'll be talking all about it. You will watch us play. We'll have toys to show off, lots of history. We'll try and round up some special guests.
You get to hear us do terrible voice acting one more time.
That's gonna
You
be
were
good.
entirely too enthusiastic about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So, yes.
The VIP concierge card has nothing to do with the Million Mile High Club.
No, I've gotten a couple of questions like that this week, and
Yeah.
no, the Million Mile High Club was limited to the 100 Wing Commander packages. I think it was sold in, and after we hit that 100 mark, it closed. So if you know somebody in it, they'll be able to invite you. You'll be able to visit, but right now membership is closed.
And tune in during the live stream to learn more about the Million Mile High Club.
I also have heard a rumor that there's going to be another way to earn access to a Million Mile High Club.
Ooh.
But you'll have to stay tuned.
But the concierge black card does not
No.
have anything to do with that.
No.
The Million Mile High Club is in-game. The concierge card is for out-of-game stuff. It's literally two different worlds.
And I've also seen people saying they don't want physical concierge merchandise. They'd rather have in-game. That is also something we're working on as far as concierge flair. And that will happen sometime in 2016.
Yes.
So if you're not interested in the physical stuff, that's cool. We'll have some digital in-game items as well.
Yeah, there's a perception that one takes the place of another.
Yeah.
That if we do a real-world thing, we can't do an in-game thing. We can do both. We can pretty much kind of do whatever you want to do. In most cases. So it's all right. It doesn't take away from anything. If you don't want the card, it's fine, guys. And if you
Yeah.
do want the card, it's there for you.
And pre-orders, we are closing those on Saturday at noon PST. We had to shorten the window to order them because we were just absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of orders we got.
We
So,
blew our estimates to our manufacturer.
Yeah.
It is a thing that happens, by the way. We'll say, okay, we need manufacturing time for up to 3,000 of these, and then if we sell 7,000 of them or 10,000 of them, then we are in trouble.
Yeah.
Do we want to say how many, or an estimate on how many?
It hasn't ended yet, so
Oh, yeah, that's true.
we will honor them through Saturday.
Yep.
If you are wanting to get it now, we will find a way to get it made.
And people ask also, well, it's a pre-order. Why can't you just, take as many orders as you get? And it's just, we want to ensure that everybody gets their order. So as far as manufacturing and packing and all of that goes,
Worldwide fulfillment.
we just want
Yeah.
everybody to get this in a timely manner. So,
Yep.
it's something we can bring back next year. We can do these once a year if you guys like them,
Keep in mind, we're not a merchandise manufacturer company.
Right.
We're a video game company. This is something we do on the side.
Yeah.
So it needs to stay small and manageable while we make a video game.
By the way, I don't know whose Pepsi Zero this is, but
Nope.
thank you.
It was here. It was unopened. I figured you'd claim it.
Okay.
There was one that's most of the news about the constellation modularity that we're ready to share was in that segment on yesterday's ATV.
Let me plug two Kickstarters.
Oh.
Battlescape Infinity is about 6 days from the end. They are, it's going to be a scrapper. I'm fingers crossed hoping they make it, but if you haven't seen it yet, Chris wrote a great letter explaining why it's very, very cool. I'd encourage everybody who likes Star Citizen to take a look. That's a worthy cause insofar as space game causes go. And of course, Mission Science Theory 3000 is exciting to me personally. We're at like 1.6, 1.7 right now. I'm gonna bring back MST3K. If you're a fan, check that out.
I was wondering if we can expense a $7,000 donation to MST 3000 so we can go to the premiere.
Maybe.
We cannot.
I saw somebody asking about the flare. That's right, subscriber flare comes out today.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's been attributed yet, but if it hasn't, I will talk to Turbulent after this show.
What is it?
Please get
This month is very cool. It is it's part of the Puizi collection. It is a skull, and the lore that was along with it is pretty cool. It is a creature from the deep, I believe. So it's pretty cool. And also an update on the referral flare, if you have that. The gold ships now have a cool hovering effect in the case. So Behavior was hoping to kind of implement that further with the other ship models in the future. So hopefully we can make that happen.
Yep. Very cool. Questions about 2.0 mechanics, guys? I'd probably save those for when the patch notes come with 2.0 and stuff. That's all the stuff that they're still working out, bug fixing and stuff. So don't want to speak to that at this point. Can you clarify the one more week for 2.0? No, because I don't know what you're referring to. One more week?
No,
I don't know what you're
no
referring
release
to.
date. I know everybody asks us, when's it coming? We don't know. It's in the process of being tested right now. Basically,
Extensively.
what happens is, end of the day Pacific time, we kick off a build, which takes a couple hours to cook. That build pops out morning UK time. They start testing that, giving their feedback. That feedback goes to our technical designers, the bug smashers. They try to fix all the issues that have been found that morning, kick off another build. That build is ready by the time QA in Austin starts work, and it's just a constant process like that. But all you have right now internally is an estimate. We've done this 50 times, and the average amount of time it takes is this many days. That doesn't apply to reality in any way, because we can get a build that's just perfect, everything's great, we're done in one cycle. We can get bugs that, they begat bugs, and it takes 100, 200 builds to get right. So we're in that part right now. It's very frustrating for us as well, of course. We want to see this thing get out as much as you do, especially this one. I'm eager to play this one with people, human people.
Yeah.
But we can't give you a date yet. And there's no secret date. They say, okay, let's keep the office open another week. Basically, we have to do that in weeks. So we say, okay, another week for the guys here we don't have QA here. We have essentially our very, very top people at fixing bugs. Mark, Avent, Al. So we want to have them online during this 24-hour process.
They're referring to Sandy's comments that we didn't want to move in the middle of.
Yeah.
It's more like giving our guys as much time to contribute to it. But I mean, there's still the Manchester team, there's still the Austin team. It's just let's wait as long as we can before we have to move the LA team. Let them have an uninterrupted contribution to this.
Which is to say, the move will not define the release of 2.0,
No.
but we can define the move with some degree to how it can assist 2.0.
Yes. It's not a 1-1. It's not guaranteed with a live stream. It's not any of that stuff, guys.
Yeah.
So we have top men on it. Yes, we do. Also, Mark David. Oh, he doesn't watch the show. So, sorry.
That makes
He's
it
so
even worse.
nice. Why are you mean to the nicest?
Yeah.
That's what's funny.
I know.
The nicer a human being is, the most. It's like, just. I love Justin. He's just so nice. He's just so nice. It irks me.
Don't let it bring you
This
down,
is true.
Justin.
Lando is more likely to pick on you when you're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I
Which is why
like
I'm
you, the
not
more I
nice all
pick
the
on you.
time.
When I don't like you, I just don't even recognize your existence. So, I'm only mean to those I love. That's why I'm single.
Sounds like you're a great community manager.
That's why I'm single.
It's one of the reasons you're single.
Yeah, one of the reasons. Will 2.0 have an iterative rollout like on PTU, or will it go to everybody at the same time?
We're probably going to have an iterative rollout. I believe that's the current plan.
It always seems to work best when that's what we do.
We get the best feedback that way, especially for a big, massive, huge networking chunk like this, where seeing, they've been testing with like 12 players for several weeks. And just this last week, they started doing 16-player tests, 16 per server. And they found that once you had 16 players, there was a memory thing, and it would it would kill the game within 2 hours if you had 16 players using resources. And then it went back and they fixed that. But the more players, the more bugs we find. So it's we know it's frustrating to 9,900,909, lots of nines, and then great for 50 people who started first and 500. But it is a huge benefit to our testing when we do that. So we will do it when needed.
Did you have an energy drink today?
Well, he had a Coke Zero that's been sitting out for like a week, so
Okay.
I
don't know what happens.
I had some leftover pizza. But no, I woke up with weird energy. I got up at like 6 a.m. and I took out trash and did dishes and cleaned I don't know, something. I must be energized by this California air.
Yep. No estimated size in the 2.0 download yet. It's going to be big though. We're in development. We're in testing phase.
We should stress that the builds we see are typically much larger than the ones that goes out because there's an optimization phase. Excluder sucks out all the extra stuff. So the ones we play, which can be 100, 200 gigs, do not represent the public ones at all. So we can't estimate very well. I'm sure if a DevOps person were here, they could estimate.
Oh, it's Friday the 13th.
It is.
I even noticed that.
Yeah. What else I was going to say about that? Yeah, I remember going to work on Wing Commander Arena for Electronic Arts in 2007. I did lore and some design bits, and I made the manual and stuff. And they showed me the working build at the office, and it was like 3 gigabytes, which is a normal size today. But Xbox Live's limit at the time was 250 megabytes for a live arcade game. So,
Whose is this?
Thomas won that on the boardwalk last week. Yes. Yes, Thomas, Mr. I am the king of boardwalk games, and $65 later, he has a giraffe.
and like
So-
7
Yeah,
fish.
And a couple of other things.
Yes.
He was actually quite good at those games.
Yeah,
The
he
only
got
one we
like a.
didn't- Yeah, it is the ring toss, so we don't have a.
He spent quite a bit of money on it.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
That's the good one.
No. I like the
good one.
fish.
Sandy is handing me. Sandy is handing me things.
Oh my god, hilarious.
We didn't get the 6-foot plush weenie though.
Can they see it? They can't see it.
Yes, we did not get Wiener Man. We tried really hard to get the 6-foot tall Wiener Man.
Did they have the Rasta bananas as prizes? Those were popular boardwalk prizes for a while.
Rasta banana.
It's a banana wearing like a hat.
Hey, can I steal Ben for the job interview?
Can you give me
8 minutes?
5 minutes?
5 minutes? Okay.
Okay. But the person's early. That's a good sign.
When can we expect to learn more about the anniversary sale?
On the anniversary, no. Hopefully, we're trying to lock some things down right now to have the episode schedule. I would love to announce the price for some ships if we are releasing them next week. Early next week at the very latest. We lock down prices for a couple concept things, which may be one concept thing, maybe 2, maybe 3. We're floating all over the place. As for the actual sale, we're going to be doing it. Okay, this is thinking right now, but almost certainly will be how we do it. We're going to do a theme, so there'll be a pirate day, a merchant's day, a military day, and we'll be bringing back the relevant ships for that kind of profession/idea. But we're also going to do it, like Steam and GOG and everybody else do. So there'll be a free-for-all at the end of the week, Black Friday and the weekend, where all the stuff will be available. So it's more of it allows us to kind of focus what we want to go along with each day. It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun sale. I never like selling stuff for the sake of selling it. I want to be able to tell people more about the game, and we will be doing that.
Number of questions about the Tavarin. We have nothing to show about the Tavarin per se, really, at this point.
We will in the nearest future because the Asperia Prowler has been fast-tracked. Chris wants it done ASAP, so it's out for concept, which involves some Tavarin look dev.
Okay. Here's a question before we close up shop today. Ben, you opened you mentioned something about a Buccaneer this week.
Yes. So we braved the Cutlass thread, and there's some angry folks in there. Some of them are just jerks who are there to be angry. Others, many others, are genuinely concerned about their favorite ship. I got called a Bond villain and all sorts of ridiculous
called
stuff.
a Bond
I got called a Bond villain because I told them that the Cutlass we're offering now is the one I imagined 3 years ago, which is true. And then it's also true that other people have thought of the Cutlass differently over the past 3 years.
It'll make a lot more sense
it'll
when
make a lot
you
more
read the
sense
post.
So one of the ideas I pitched, and this is actually something that came from Chris initially, is that we do a specific intercept of basically a Drake pirate. We call it an interceptor. That would be the more maneuverable, smaller cargo that some Cutlass pilots want. And we would do it at the same price point, and we'd be able to change it for free if you want. We're still experimenting with that. We have not absolutely promised that yet, but it's one of those things that if I were a betting man, I would bet would happen eventually. So we're looking at ship schedules for next year. We're thinking, and we'll have more to say a little bit later. Buccaneer is also not the final name. I pulled that out of the list, the way back company description guide I did, which at the start of the project, which listed that as a potential Drake ship. So, congruency.
For those asking about the variants that are being reworked, it's going to be a while before the variants. The last conversation I had was that they'd like to get as many different flyable ships done before they go and do the variants. So if you have a Phoenix, or if you have Phoenix or an Aquila, or you have a Max or a Miss, you'll be rolling with the Andromeda and the standard Freelancer for quite a bit. So it's just we want to get we need as many different types of ships flying to help with balance and stuff. It's more important than variants at this point.
It actually aids variants in the long run because it allows us to create interchangeable components. When we know what every variant is, we can create one, E-war panel or comm system or whatever that can be used across all of them rather than, carefully making each one individually. So it improves the speed overall, but it means variants a little bit later. I will say, you guys, a lot of people said, 8 months to make the Constellation, what the hell? If every ship takes 8 months, the game will never be done. That's not the case. The 8 months for the Constellation was because it is our standard bearer. It is the proof of concept for multi-crew. It's the one that everything needs to work. And once it's great, once we've perfected all these new art techniques, all these, all the different things it needs to do, it's much, much, much easier and faster to do everything else. So that's 8 months to reduce development of any other ship by many other months. So
a lot of it was to figure out how to make a ship that looks so much more detailed and actually uses half as many polys.
Yeah, if anybody thinks back to the 300i, remember that the 300i used to get a lot more attention than the other ships back in the day. Whenever you're building something new, you've always got to pick one as a pathfinder. If you try to do everything and, you learn lessons along the way, and if you learn them wrong, then you've got to redo all of them. So people who think, we're ignoring your ships, like, no, you got to pick a pathfinder so you can take the lessons from that to apply to all the other ships of about the same size or the same function. So we weren't ignoring the Hornet or the Aurora or anything like that when we were working on the 300i. You've got to pick one, work with it, figure things out, then do the others. Don't do them all at once and then end up with tons and tons of throwaway work. So priorities.
And let me give you a recent example of that. You've all seen Port Olisar, the massive space station in 2.0. That appeared practically overnight because we have spent 18 months building Shubin and Shubin parts and learning how you make a space station and how things can go together. So now we say, hey, we need a new space station. Here it is.
It was amazing how fast they were able to basically kit bash a space station from all the other parts they've been developing. So
I mean, basically, one thing we've learned to do over the last 3 years is take the estimates from production with a grain of salt. And so when people told us early on that's how it was going to work, we were skeptical. Seeing it in action is just... Okay.
all right, guys. With that, we wrap up this week's Reverse the Verse for Friday the 13th, and whatever month this is.
It's October.
November?
No. I honestly
Wait, it
didn't
is
remember.
Friday the 13th?
It is.
Oh my gosh, what scary stuff is going to happen?
Well, this whole
Well, I'm
episode of
sitting
the
behind
show.
you. That could end bad.
I'm Community Manager Jared Huckabee. That's your Master Disaster, Ben Lesnick. Alexis Lesnick, subscription
You're
manager.
blocking me.
Toast, he's a lawyer. Justin, he's an editor. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week, Thursday, for the live stream. It goes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific. Later today, look for the weekly development update that comes every Friday with approval, pending approval. The Cutlass post later today, and yeah, we'll see you later, guys. Bye. What button do I push? Is it over?
What?
Is it over?
I think it
It's
is.
over.
Is it
Yeah.
over? We're off the air. Cool.
Okay. All right.
No, we're still left.
No,
No, we're
what?
still on
We're
the air.
still-
Are we still on the air?
We're still on the air? No, I think we're off the air.
Are we?
Pretty sure we're off the air.